All right, I'm going to take you through the export window. And it's found through this little film strip button here. So press that, that'll launch it. And all right, let's go through each little element one by one. So here we have the output directory, and this is where your file is going to get saved to. And if you've got your project set up correctly with the outputters and everything, you can auto resolve that and it'll set it up in your project. Now, if you watched the how to rig a biped video, you might notice that I've changed where I saved this Reggie model or Reggie rig. And that's because just to show you this right here, it's just, I put it in my Archangel project just to show you the auto resolving. But if you don't have that set up or you need to save it somewhere else, you can always browse and put it on your desktop, for example, and it'll go there. Next, we have create entry or add entry from selection. So this exporter can both do the static model and with the skeleton, your rig. It'll figure that out, like depending on what you have in your scene. So if you have a geo group, and this is also something you can set up in your project setup tool, what you want your geo group to be called. I pick geo group. You can call it whatever you want. And that's just so it'll auto resolve here. And then the rig knows like what your root join is. So it'll automatically pick up your root join. So we'll just press create entry and it kind of automatically knew that this is a skeleton mesh and here's the root join, here's the geo group. You can also press the little edit button here and you can always change like what's in here. So everything is editable as well. Then we have export checked, export selected, export all. If you happen to have like multiple things here, you can uncheck some, just export the checked ones. You can export the selected one, for example. You can select multiples or you can export all. And I'm just going to delete these ones and you have some extra options. Just depending on the engine, which engine you're sending it to, you might want to change what the up axis is. For example, for Unreal, we want to change it to Z up, but just leave. That's also something you set up in the project chooser, but also it's always overrideable right here. All right, let's press export checked. And so what's going to happen is it's going to open the scene in a sub-process Maya, and it's going to kick out the export. You see it happening here. And that's just to make sure that your local scene doesn't get mutated or anything. It only takes a couple seconds. We'll just give it a second or two here. And there you go, all done. This works for props. This works for quadrupeds, bipeds, anything you need. So enjoy.